understand that when it comes to disability insurance, if I come to where I have to claim it, between the time I become disabled and the time I can actually get benefits paid, there's a waiting period, and it can vary. Can you just kind of explain why that exists and how I need to factor that into my plans?
Well, waiting period is really dependent on your cash flow and how long you can go while disabled without receiving a benefit to sustain your lifestyle and your living expenses, etc. So the shorter the waiting period, and 30 days is the shortest, the more expensive it is. So you basically look at the different options which are pointed out in the illustrations or proposals, which vary from 30 days, 60, 90, 180, 365 to 2 years, and you can determine from a cost and benefit standpoint what fits your comfort level. And we touched on this in other segments, but it's important to understand that you're not going to get a penny until you fulfill the waiting period. So if you pick a 1-year waiting period, you want to make sure you have cash flow to live during that 1-year period. God forbid you were out on for any length of disability.
I can save money by having a year-long waiting period, but I better have the money to live for that year if I need it.
Absolutely.
And Alan, as we're talking about this, another question that I have is, what happens if I have a disability? Let's say I have a 60-day waiting period. I'm in a car wreck and I'm unable to work. 60 days later, my benefit kicks in, and I go and I need it for 6 months. But then I'm able to go back to work, and I'm working for a little while, but I find I just am unable to continue working. Do I have to go through a waiting period all over again if I've gone back to work? How does that work?
No, all your quality contracts have a recurrent disability feature where if the disability should reoccur and it's tied to the same disability as you were out in the beginning of the period. Let me rephrase that.
Sure.
Start over. Should we start over?
No, keep going.
All right. Well, anyway, the recurrent disability feature is a 12-month period typically, where if you have a recurrence of the same disability, you don't have to fulfill the elimination period again. So as long as it occurs within that 12-month period of that original disability, which you stated in your example, you do not have to fill the elimination period again.